everyone, and welcome to today's episode of M&A Empowerment. I'm your host, Kelsey Thomas, and today our guest is Tatiana Domansky. She is a strategic partner at Schooley Mitchell. We're very excited to have you, Tatiana. If you could tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and your role in the M&A process.
Sure. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, everyone. And first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity. Really appreciate it. And I'm happy to be here. So my name is Tatiana Domansky, and I specialize in operating expense optimization with Schooley Mitchell, one of the largest cost optimization companies in North America. And I help companies to optimize and reduce their expenses during the acquisitions and integrations. And alongside Schooley Mitchell, I also bring trusted advisors with me. And this way, we are able to provide our clients a seamless solution with just one point of contact.
Describe your role in the M&A process.
In the M&A process, my role is to help clients to fully understand, control, and optimize their expenses. Our clients are expecting us to find saving opportunities and bring them a clear picture into their vendor expenses, which sometimes are getting overlooked during the integration process. We use a specialized analytical tool which allows us to quickly review clients' expenses and also very accurately to review those expenses and almost immediately identify savings opportunities. What our clients value the most in what we provide to them is that we are able to handle all the heavy lifting. We do the job that's the most tedious and most of the internal teams don't want to do. We gather the data, we analyze the expenses, we negotiate with vendors, and it's all done behind the scenes. And during this time, actually, our clients are able to focus on integration as well as growing their companies.
Excellent. Could you tell us a little bit about a recent professional success?
So one of the stories that's come to mind is a PE-backed company that recently acquired 20 different smaller businesses, and the leadership needed our help with integrating those 20 different businesses. In order for us to analyze their expenses, we also needed to help. One of the crucial actually steps was to help those companies to clean their general ledger data as well as standardize, because that gave us a much better, clear picture in their operating expenses, and which we were able to upload into our analytical tool, and that immediately gave us a clear picture in all the areas that we were able to optimize, and as well as finding savings opportunities. And the scale and speed was the key, because one of the concerns of the leadership expressed to us was to do all of that without overwhelming their internal teams. But we were able to do it behind the scenes with minimum involvement, and it took us just weeks, but in reality, if that's something that their internal teams had to do, it would have taken them months. So we essentially became their integration backbone on the expense side. And again, everything was done behind the scenes. So this way, the leadership didn't have to focus on their vendor contracts, duplicate contracts, finding duplicate contracts or inefficiencies or any redundancies. It was all done behind the scenes while they were able to actually focus on their integration and also helping the companies to grow. But the impact, what I would like to also highlight here is it will be beyond just savings, right? Because by helping leadership to understand their expenses fully, it also gave them a clear picture in their spending patterns, as well as compare the performance across different portfolio companies. And then the clear visibility into the expenses also gave them a good foundation for the future strategic growth, and also enable them to make their strategic decisions with confidence, because now they were able to understand their expenses. In addition to that, we also were able to improve their processes, find inefficiencies, redundancies, which also we also were able to improve their productivity. All of that had a very positive impact on their bottom line.
Excellent. Yeah, sounds like a pretty intense process, but sounds like it really worked out and you were able to add a lot of value for the private equity portfolio company. Yep.
Yes, having a clear visibility in financial performance is the key to make really good, confident business decisions.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty substantial kind of cost savings and value add for that private equity firm. Definitely. All right. So what would you say to other women? What advice would you give to them if they're currently in the field or if they're looking to get into this as a career?
Um, So yes, being in M&A is actually can be very challenging because it is a male-dominated world and it's high pressure, and also there are some people that can be skeptical at first, and not just in your expertise, but just that you can actually add a true value. Um, because it's very deal-driven kind of space. But what I can say is that, first of all, my advice would be for women to network more. Because when I go to all these networking events, conferences, what I see, there's maybe 10% of women and the rest are men. But I do believe that women have additional skill set that is it is beyond just like technical skills. I firmly believe that women are so much better at emotional intelligence. And so, especially in M&A world, right, all these acquisitions, integrations, it's not just about numbers, but it's also helping people to navigate through major changes. Because if you think about this, not everyone is open to in embracing changes, because some of those companies they are legacy companies where people work for 20 years and now suddenly they have to change everything, and that's not easy. And I think women are much better at this because we're not only better listeners, but we also we have more empathy, and I think those skills are as critical and as important as any technical skills. And the other thing of what I would love to say is to also lean into your strengths. So as I mentioned before, your emotional intelligence, your clear communication, listening to leadership, addressing their concerns, and helping them navigating kind of like the major changes, integration processes, becoming their becoming their trusted advisors, not being just consultants. And also don't undersell your the additional skill sets that you bring to the table. Don't try to also to kind of like try to fit into this existing world, but because I think that in the extra skills and also our kind of like emotional intelligence, our empathy, all those things can bring actually significantly better results and outcomes.
I completely agree with you. I think it's important that, that women use their skill set and, like you said, not kind of try to fit into this box or mold of what they think, the rest of the M&A space, and for our male counterparts are trying to do. I really think that there's so much value to be said for that. So I think that's great advice. So everyone, thank you. Thank you again, Tatiana, for joining us today. Again, everyone, this is Tatiana Domansky. She is the strategic partner at Schooley Mitchell, and it was great to have you.
Thank you.